At last, the holidays are here, and so is Ridgeland, to shop, dine, and celebrate responsibly. Check out Rapid in Ridgeland and learn more at visitridgeland.com, #VisitMS responsibly. Hello and welcome to this episode of Maine and Mulberry. I'm your host, Annabelle, and today I'm really excited to have with us the president and COO of Visit Bucks County in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, Paul Bencivengo. Paul, thanks so much for making the time to be with us today.
Thank you today for having me. I'm really excited, Annabelle.
Yeah, we're really excited to learn all about Bucks County, Pennsylvania. And to kind of kick things off, Paul, if you will, a lot of our listeners haven't yet had the opportunity to come and visit you. So maybe you can share with us where you're located geographically in the state of Pennsylvania.
Sure. So I've got my handy little backgrounds here.
I love it.
I might have to shift as we talk a little bit. But
that's all right.
So Bucks County is right in between Philadelphia and New York City. We're 622 square miles, so we're a really big county.
Wow.
We're very accessible from the Pennsylvania Turnpike, I-95, and some other freeways that are right around us, but right in between Philadelphia and New York City.
Wow, and I can see that. The map really illustrates. Thank you so much for bringing that up. That paints the picture for us.
No, so, and then right across the river, so we've got the Delaware there. We're a scenic countryside destination. And we've got New Jersey right across the river from us.
So centrally located. That's great.
For sure, yeah.
Awesome. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, and we're comprised of just many small towns throughout Bucks County.
Absolutely.
So the lower part of our county butts right up against Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So the most southern parts of the county are more urban based. That's where I am right now. I'm at the visitor center. So our visitor center is right in front of actually a casino. Pennsylvania has casinos here.
Yeah.
So is right behind the visitor center. And as you go more north through the county, we become more rural. Some of our famous towns are New Hope, Doylestown, Quakertown toward the upper part of the county, Sellersville. So it's a lot of like main streets, small towns, restaurants, shops. So there's, a different feel in every town.
That's what I've always been told. Bucks County is full of really charming towns that have great main streets.
For sure, yeah. New Hope is one of our more famous ones. It's a very eclectic place.
Okay.
There's the Bucks County Playhouse, which sits on the Delaware River, right there. And there's lots of restaurants and shops. There's a Pride Festival that happens in New Hope every year, and it's a very popular destination. In May is when they have the Pride Week.
Yeah.
Obviously, things have looked a little bit different this year for everybody in traveling in Bucks County, and we have a lot of special events that happen throughout the different towns and throughout the county.
Yeah.
So once we get through everything, right, next year we'll return back to
pick those back up again, right?
Travel. For sure.
Absolutely. Well, Paul, you really helped paint kind of that picture there for us, and we appreciate your background. That really does help. But I am super excited to kind of deep dive a little bit into the area with you today. And
sure.
Maybe, a lot of our listeners probably haven't had the opportunity to visit, but I've heard that when we do come to visit, we can actually be in two places at once. Is that right?
Well, I guess that could be if you're
standing in one particular spot, right?
Is that on a bridge, maybe?
Yeah, maybe on the bridge.
Okay. So yeah, between New Hope and Lambertville, you can stand in Pennsylvania and New Jersey at the same time. It's actually it's a really Instagrammable.
That's what I was about to say. I've seen a lot of Instagram photos. That's so cool.
Yeah, so you can look down and you can take the photo and have one foot in Pennsylvania and one foot in New Jersey. And Lambertville is a small town just like New Hope. So you spend some time in New Hope, you can walk across the bridge into Lambertville. They have small art galleries, restaurants, and there's little inns and B&Bs dotted throughout that area. So, you grab a meal, you stay overnight at a bed and breakfast. And again, you have that like quaint getaway type of feel.
Yeah,
and you're
absolutely.
not too far from a big city.
Hmm.
That's what we see too. People that are maybe traveling from a more distant location,
Yeah.
you could come to Philadelphia
Mhm.
because we're very close. Do a lot of the history that's in Center City, Philadelphia, with Independence Hall, the Liberty Bell, and
Right, right.
you come up to Bucks County, and one of the things that we're known for, so I'll slide over.
Yeah,
That
look
is
at that.
Washington crossing the Delaware. So
Oh,
the
wow.
famous painting of George Washington with the flag in the boat as they're crossing the river, that was here in Bucks County
That was
when
in your back door, huh? Out your back door. How cool is that?
exactly. So this is another. They do the reenactment every year on
Yeah.
Christmas. This year, unfortunately, they're not able to do it, but they filmed it and then they're gonna stream it.
Yeah. Well,
That's
that's
a big
great.
tradition here in Bucks County on Christmas morning.
Really sticking to that history, right? Remembering that history. That's really great. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and we were founded by William Penn. And,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and so his homestead
Yeah.
is in Bucks County. It's very popular with student groups.
Yeah.
Uh, Boomers love it as
Oh,
well that are into the history, and you can go walk around. It's a recreation of William Penn's homestead, but they have different, like a blacksmith there and someone that planted a garden.
I was curious if it was one of those historical markers, if it was one of that, but that's very neat that it's a recreation. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's right on the river, and there's really great views.
Oh,
So
that's
we really
awesome.
put like a historical itinerary together when you come to this region.
That's awesome. I know we've got little kids, and we're always wanting to push that and enjoy those moments, and that's a really good experience, I'm sure. I
Yeah.
am I am curious because of a lot of our listeners are looking for those family friendly vacations, and
Hmm.
Bucks County is great for that. And I have a 2-year-old little boy who
Okay.
would be obsessed coming to see the New Hope Railroad. Maybe you can talk about it for a minute. Can we take a ride?
Yes. So the New Hope Railroad is really fun. They actually in the wintertime they do a Polar Express, and they have different themed rides throughout the year.
Wow.
So it's a great opportunity to hop on the train, and you take it for a few miles, and yeah, it's kind of a throwback in time.
Wow.
It's a really it's a fun opportunity.
What a unique experience. You don't get to see that everywhere.
Yeah, and especially if you come, so Bucks County is a great fall foliage destination as well.
Yeah.
So when you do the train, when the leaves are changing and kind of goes through the countryside, it's very scenic.
Oh, sounds like a Hallmark postcard.
Yeah, for sure. And one of our most family friendly destinations here in Bucks County is Sesame Place.
Oh,
Slide over for
wow.
a second.
The kids would be all for that.
Yeah, definitely. So Sesame Place is the only park themed after Sesame Street in the United States. There's kind of a couple parks within different parks in the U.S. that have a Sesame Street theme, but this is the only one that's fully themed. And it has Elmo, Big Bird, Cookie Monster. There's dry rides. There's also wet rides and a splash castle. So
Oh,
it's a whole lot of fun. And Sesame Place
so
is
much fun.
very accessible off of.
And it's nostalgic for a lot of us who've grown up a little bit, right? We all grew up with Sesame Street, so that's fun.
For sure, yeah.
I love that.
It's one of our most popular attractions that we've got here in the county.
I've also been told too that another place we should
There you go.
visit is the Mercer Museum.
Yes,
Can you tell us about it a little bit?
for sure. So in Doylestown, this is the Mercer Museum.
Oh, look at that! You're so prepared. I love the visual.
So the Mercer Museum is it's super unique, and it's one of those. I hate to use the word hidden gem. I know we hear that a lot in the travel industry, but it really is. So Doylestown is in the center of Bucks County, and that's where we've got an art museum, the Mercer Museum, which is a collection of all colonial era tools, and you can see here like boats hanging from the roof.
Wow.
It's quite a scene.
So eclectic. That's
Yeah.
really a piece of art.
And it's maybe a little hard to see here, but it's a lot of fun for kids to kind of don't run around within the Mercer Museum, but you can walk fast, and it's really cool. There's lots of levels to it. So you can kind of walk up into this like almost concrete castle looking place. And it's a super fun destination. And again, right across the street from it is the James A. Michener Museum.
Okay.
So you can get your refined art and kind of get educated there. And then you walk across the street and
the kids can explore too.
Mercer Museum right across the street.
That's awesome. Okay, so you just said castle, and I have a 4-year-old who thinks she is a princess. But I've heard that when we come to visit, we can actually see a real castle. Isn't that right?
There are. So this here, I know that this looks a little similar to the other photo, but this is Font Hill.
Font Hill Castle.
So Henry Mercer was a tile maker, and he built this home it looks like a castle, a concrete castle.
Wow.
Home is here with tiles all over, and then his collection that he had is at the Mercer Museum. So the Mercer's where he kept all his collections, and Font Hill is where he lived. And the buildings are spectacular. I'm
gorgeous.
See if I have a shot from the outside, but Doylestown is here. This is the outside.
Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that? Wow, what a view.
It's a great for, also they do weddings there.
Oh yeah.
It's a very Instagrammable place. And fun fact for you, Doylestown is the home of Pink, the singer.
Oh, look at that.
That's where Pink was born and raised, was in Doylestown.
Wow, that's so awesome. Very cool. That is so cool. Well, I've got another question to ask you as we're talking about these really wonderful family-friendly events. Is there another place that you might recommend for all of our listeners who have not yet had the opportunity to come visit? Is there another family-friendly event?
For sure. So Peddler's Village, it's very family-friendly, but there's kind of something for everyone.
Yeah.
Peddler's has 65 shops. They've got like a kids' fun area called Giggleberry Mountain. It's kind of you can go inside and run inside this castle where you can kind of shoot like foam darts at each other, and it's an arcade, all that, merry-go-round. Get
their energy out, right?
Get their energy out in Giggleberry. And then on this 42-acre property, again, they've got 60-plus shops, 5 restaurants, as well as 60 rooms above the different shops throughout this area. And Peddler's does lots of festivals throughout the year. They've got a blueberry festival. It's actually bluegrass and blueberries.
Oh, wow.
Y'all probably down there know more about bluegrass than we do, but
yes, we can enjoy some bluegrass music. That's true.
But so they do different festivals throughout the year, and it's a great opportunity again where everybody can kind of win. There's a brewery, a winery, and a distillery. Mm-hmm. They're right on property, so you can.
I wanted to ask you about that.
Cocktail.
A lot of your breweries are family friendly, right?
Yeah, I know maybe it sounds like a little bit of an oxymoron, but a lot of the breweries will have food trucks, and they'll also have like kid activities and things going on, or like movies.
Oh, I love that.
So the kids can kind of move to one area, and then the adults can kind of hang out and
enjoy themselves while knowing the kids are having a good time too, right?
Yeah. So we've got 22 breweries throughout Bucks County, 25 different locations, with a couple more coming on. And we know craft beer is a big trend throughout the entire United States, but I think we do some great breweries.
We can enjoy some Bucks County, the taste of Bucks County, right? Enjoy that.
There you go. Maybe we'll have to send you a little care package.
Oh, now I won't complain about that. Paul, as we kind of wrap things up, I'd love to know from your perspective, I don't know how long you've been in the area, but maybe you can share with us, what you think is most unique about Bucks County, Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So I'll give you a couple. So this is, we have a covered bridge here. There's 12 covered bridges that are in Bucks County.
Yeah.
You would be amazed by how many people call, ask about the covered bridge tour. This one's not my thing, but I'll tell you what my thing is. But this is so popular with many people. The 12 bridges scattered throughout the county, and people make a day of it where they'll come up and drive through. And there's some other counties in Pennsylvania that have the covered bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but for me,
Cool.
I would say the outdoor piece.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like I'm trying to stay in shape and
Sure.
the bike and the hiking trails a lot.
Fresh air,
space. So that's one of the things that we've got here in the county that I'm grateful for. I'm not far from a park where I can ride my bike to, and we've got lots of bed and breakfasts that will supply people with bikes. So if you come and visit, you can get a bike and go to a local park and have that, disconnect from the everyday life and,
hustle and bustle, right? Get quiet.
Leave the phone at home. Yeah.
Awesome.
And a lot of the bed and breakfasts, we've got a handful that are on the water, on the Delaware River.
Wow.
So I really enjoy the outdoor experience part of the county.
What a view. I bet the Delaware River is beautiful too.
Yeah, most definitely. And you can go tubing down in the summertime. That's actually that's a big tube down the Delaware River.
Look out! Oh, that sounds fun. That's a memory that you won't forget that.
No, for sure.
Oh, Paul, we appreciate so much your time and your insight today, sharing all these wonderful things with us. Maybe you can leave our listeners with where they can go to really map out their trip to come and visit you in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Yeah,
so our website is the easiest place, visitbuckscounty.com. And you can find us on all the major social channels, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Facebook's a good place to get all our information as well.
Yeah.
And we'd love to see everybody in the next year ahead. We're constantly, evolving, and a lot of our attractions put out new events. So if you've been here, many years ago, obviously, we look a lot different now, and we've got great theater and great hospitality community that's ready to roll out the red carpet.
Oh, we appreciate you so much, Paul. Thank you for painting that picture for us today.
Thank you very much, Annabelle. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right, guys, until next time, we hope to see you again here on Maine and Mulberry. I'm Annabelle.
Did you know subscribing helps keep our content free? Click the subscribe button now.